This is the final slide of this video. This slide stands for Azure Cloud Architecture. So, what are the services, network services, other security services we have learned so far? I have tried to put all the services in this diagram, and I will help you to understand the flow of it. Hey all. So last video we have seen about Azure networking overview. Again, that's a part of the AZ-700 exam. This is also second part of that. Today we are going to talk about all Azure security services. Plus, we will talk about the cloud architecture. So let's begin. The first service of this category is Network Security Group (NSG). So this group which use or this group service we can say as a native firewall through which you can filter your incoming and outgoing traffic. That's the basic purpose of this service. This service can be attached to your VM or VM NIC card, or it can be attached to your subnet. Because there are two options they have given to you. So if you see this service, I have shown you the this service how it look like. So in this service, when you open this particular service and you want to create a rule, then you can see few rules are by default exist. For example, the rule starting from 65,000, 65,001, 65,500. Inside the inbound security rules, it is default. It's a default one. You can remove it if you want, or you can keep it as it is. Okay, so what it says that your net it was, for example, 65,000 a rule. What it says that the inbound traffic between the virtual network is allowed, so it is easy for you to communicate within the network, right? Similarly, if you want to with Azure load balancer, from Azure load balancers to any particular resources inside the network, it is allowed. Similar one is that. And third one is that other than that, all the traffics are denied based on this action. So when you create a rule, you have to mention the priority, you have to mention the name, then you have to mention the incoming port, the type of port, it is UDP, TCP or ICMP. Then you have to mention the source IP or any, and then you mention the destination IP or any kind of thing. And then you can, any means 0000. Okay. And then you mention the allow, that is action, allow or deny. Similarly, same thing goes to outbound security rule as well. You can see 65,000, 65,001, 65,500. This is a default one. So, for example, you can see the outbound traffic from one virtual network to other virtual network is allowed. So, if you see the above one, right? So, incoming traffic between the virtual network is allowed. Similarly, the outbound traffic between the two virtual network is allowed. Similarly, the traffic going to internet is again allowed because of this action. You can deny it if you want it. And then the last one about other than this, any other traffic is denied. So this based on this, you can keep this rule as it is, or as your requirement, you can add a more and more rule. For example, I added one rule here is that I have a virtual machine which is running on Linux OS, and I want to control the incoming traffic. So in that case, I only allowed 22 port coming from this source IP, a 10.0.0.0/8 to my network. So it is allowed. Only that traffic can come inside. Other than this, other traffic is denied because of this rule. Any is denied. Understood? Okay, this is a free of cost service. So I recommend everyone to use this service to control traffic, and you can restrict the any kind of attack on your resources inside the virtual network. This is the one service. Inside this, there is one more service you should understand, or you should know. The service name is Application Security Group. So name suggests this service is designed for applications. So for example, if you see this particular diagram, you can see I have VM1, VM2, VM3, VM4. VM1 and VM2 are my web servers. VM3 is my application servers, and the VM4 is my database server. What I want to do here is that I want to restrict the traffic coming from the web server to database server. So I can create a rule and attach the rule to that, or I can create a rule inside the NSG and I can attach the NSG to that VM1, VM2 separately, or else I can use this common NSG and I can create a group. So for example, I created a group like ASG web. So this group name is attached to both the VM, and I create one rule saying that any traffic coming from ASG web to the VM4, I have given the ASG name is ASG DB, is deny. So even though tomorrow I can add more web servers with the same ASG, it is deny. So it is a benefit of that. Okay, you don't need to rewrite the rule again and again. Similar kind is that I want to only allow the application server to talk with the database server. Then I put the application server into the ASG logic group, and through which I can create a rule in the same energy to allow the traffic towards my database server. Tomorrow, if I get more application servers, if I get more database servers, so I will attach the same group to that application servers and database servers, like I have shown here. Like for example, the edge logic I will attach to the new application servers, and new database server I will attach the edge DB, and through which it is the traffic get restricted, because I have created a rule based on the ASG name, right? I have not created a rule based on the IP address, so that's why it is very beneficial for me. Similarly, if you see the traffic coming from the internet on port 80, so that traffic coming to web server, because that is how it designed. So in that case, I can directly take a traffic on the ASG web group name, and through which traffic only come to the VM1, VM2 directly. And then I want to restrict the traffic coming to the application servers and database servers. So I can create a rule to deny the traffic coming from the internet. And this traffic directly goes to ASG logic. So all the servers coming into that group will deny the traffic. Okay, similar with the database server as well. So it is a beneficial of the creating the ASG. Let's move on. Now the third service. Again, it is critical service. Azure DDoS protection. So first understand what is DDoS. So DDoS stand for distributed denial of service. Okay, so what it does, this service can attack. So hacker want to disturb the normal traffic of your servers or any services or network by overwhelming them with a flood of traffic from multiple sources. So they can write a script and they can try to send the data to your towards your network. Okay, so that your network can disrupt. Even they send a traffic to your IP address of your servers, and they're trying to disrupt the entire communication. And because of that, it can goes down as well, because higher utilization, higher bandwidth utilization, anything happen with your network and data servers, and because of that your business can get go down, or it can impact it, it can impact. In that case, I can use the DDoS. It uses own algorithm to detect the such kind of attack, and it can restrict the traffic, it can drop the traffic automatically. So it comes with a basic plan or standard plan. Basic is a free of cost. You can directly attach this service to your network in the sense VNet, and through which you can restrict the traffic to at a particular level. If you want a more advanced service, then you have to take a paid plan. In that case, you can take the standard plan. It has a network as well as IP based plan. You can take that plan. So next service is uh, Azure Web Service. It is a web application firewall provided by Microsoft as a part of its Azure Cloud Service offering. So it helps to protect a web application from common web exploit and attack, a kind of SQL injection and cross-site scripting, which you can see on the screen. With Azure Web, you can monitor and filter the web traffic and configure the custom protection based on your specific security needs. This service comes with a app gateway. So if you want to take this service, then you have to take the layer 7 load balancer, and then you can take this service to protect the your web application. So and all the this service, or when you configure this web, so there are default pre-configured rule set, which is provided by OWASP. It stands for Open Web Application Security Group Project, through which you can get a defined rules set to your application. So any traffic comes, which traffic is kind of attack, then if check with the rule set, which is created for that. If the rule matches, then it will block the traffic, or it will drop the traffic. And if the rule doesn't match, then only the traffic is allowed to reach to the your web server. Understood? Yeah. So let's see the next service. So Azure Firewall is a cloud-based network security service. You have seen about energy in the previous slide. So this is a native service. The energy is native service, but this is a service based on the demand. If you want to take this service, then you have to pay for this service. It is not the service is not a free of cost, and it is a pass-based service. So this service comes with the advanced state protections and access control for your Azure resources. It allows organization to control the inbound outbound traffic using a set of rules and policies. This service is a stateful, so it is built with high availabilities and unrestricted cloud scalability. The threat intelligence based on filtering you can do on L3 to L7 OSI layer is a fully integrated with Azure Monitor for logging analytics, and it supports hybrid connectivity through deployment. So you can keep this service behind your virtual gateway for VPN or express route, and then it also comes with the standard and premium. If you take a premium, then it provides you the more advanced capability like a signature based IDPS. Okay, so intrusion detection protection system also. Okay, so based on your requirement you can take this service for your purpose. Let's move on. Again, for this exercise on the security services, you can go to the same link which I have shown you in the previous video as well. I will also give this link in the description box, so you can take it from there. So let me go to the security section. So let me go down a little bit, and you can go to self pace. Then you have to go on a start. You can see the topic name over here. You click on the start, and then I will only see the module through which you can do a security practice. So let me go down. You can see the module over here is a design implement network security. So let me open expand it, and you can directly go to the exercise section. You can see the exercise over here. So you can just click on this, and then you can start doing the lab. You can see the lab over here, right? You can see the lab is given to you, the lab scenario, the architecture diagram. They given you the objective, what they're going to achieve through this lab. Create DDoS protection plan, DDoS protection on the new virtual network, configure DDoS telemetry, configure DDoS diagnostic logs, configure DDoS alerts, and monitor a DDoS test attack. So everything is here. You can just click on this lab to see the steps. Okay, you can do it with this video. Let me click on this. It's interactive lab. Welcome to this interactive lab simulation for the lab Configure Azure DDoS Protection. Let me proceed. On a virtual net. Okay, let me show you the little bit more. So let me click on the name. You can see the name is auto type. Click on OK. You can let me click on this. So name will be auto populated. Let me click on this. H2S. Select okay. Review and create. Let me click on the review and create. Now it is getting created. Next, select create. Okay, so you have to just understand this instruction, and you have to just click on it so that you can see the step by step. Okay, so you can see the step by step. Okay, so this is very straightforward, but it will help you to build a knowledge. Okay, so I hope you will follow this, and you will also do a practice for this exam. This is the final slide of this video. This slide stands for Azure Cloud Architecture. So, what are the services, network services, Azure security services we have learned so far? I have tried to put all the services in this diagram, and I will help you to understand the flow of it. So we will study two flow here. The first flow is from on-prem to cloud. So on the on-prem, you can see I have one router, and this router getting connected to the virtual gateway in the cloud. So the virtual gateway work as a router. So both get connected to each other via the interconnect. Okay, so you can use VPN or you can use express route as well in this connectivity. It's up to you uh, which service you want to take between the on-prem to Azure cloud. Now, behind this virtual gateway, you want to keep Azure firewall. In that case, you need to use a UDR. A UDR we have learned user defined route. So this via UDR, the request can go to the Azure firewall. After reaching to Azure firewall forward the request to the next hope. So next hope in the sense next server. So for now, in our case, we have created another VNet that is we call spoke one. In this spoke one contains the theater architecture. I have web servers, I have business tier, I have data tier. So web servers in the web tier, all the application servers in the business tier, on all the database into data tier. So this request can forward to this spoke one via VNet peering. You can see the VNet peering over here. So with the VNet peering, the request can go to this any server. So if now sorry, if I have two or three virtual servers, in that case I cannot take the traffic on each server through this, right? So what I can do, I can set up a load balancer. This is internal load balancer. So request will go to this internal load balancer, and this load balancer distribute the traffic across the node. So the traffic can come to web also, traffic can come to business also, or it can come to data also. It's up to me how we are going to handle the traffic. And then this traffic, this particular subnet is protected by a energy. So energy is separate for a web tier, business tier, and data tier. And business tier also need to take a data from the storage account. In that case, I have used a private link over here. Via private link, data can get access via storage account. Okay. And now if anyone from the on-premises want to access this servers or take a remote connection or remote access of this server, then I also have management subnet where I have a jump server. So they can directly put IP address of this jump server from their on-premises. The request will go to this web server. Via web server, request can go to the jump server, and from jump server, request can come to the this any web server, data business server, a data server, based on the requirement which server they want to access, and they can access this server because the VNet peering is established between both different VNet. Okay. Similarly, similarly, if now similarly if I have different requirement, now we can talk about second flow. In second flow, I have web servers which is available on internet, and I want to protect that web servers from any kind of attack. Attack could be a cross-shifting attack, a SQL injection attack. Okay, as well as I need to host that DNS of that application a server to my or my Azure DNS provided service. So in that case, if a request come via internet to that web server, first the domain get resolved via the DNS zone. So I have DNS zone service of Azure. Via this, that the domain get resolved and the request will land to the application gateway. The application gateway have a WAP enabled. So with this WAP enabled, the request get checked against the predefined rule set. If it's matched, then it will traffic will drop. If it doesn't match, then traffic will forward to the spoke 2. The spoke 2 contains, I have two service, okay, of the Azure. One is a my app service, other one is a database service. So app service hosting my web application. So this request will come to this web application because I have VNet peering between the my hub network where my load balancer is running, and then this request will come to this app services via VNet peering, and then the request comes here. Okay, this is the second flow of this. Okay, so you can design any kind of network with help of this kind of architecture. Hope you understood about this security services, networking services, as well as this architecture. So in the next lecture, we will talk about the questions and answers. So I have prepared some practice tests for you. You can go through it and understand about the exam in more detail. If you like my video, then please subscribe this channel, share this channel with your friends and colleagues. So thank you for watching this video. Best of luck.